COVID hit in 2020, there was a month or two maybe where everything was literally frozen. We just took care of our portfolio, but hardly any investment, and nothing was really happening. It was kind of this COVID shock, right? And then at the end of the year, it ended up to be like the second best year, just like the volume of venture capital deployed globally in history, right?
We've invested in, I think, more than 90 companies since COVID, and we haven't met the founders in person, most of them. We became way more international, also our co-investors. As you said, that people can invest via video, and it works really well. I think also from a sustainability point of view, it's really cool because I don't travel that much anymore.
Yeah, so that's venture capital in Europe for 10 years. COVID kicked in, investors around the globe figured, hey, that works remotely quite well. And all of a sudden, the market size doubled, even tripled in a year. I mean, just think about that. So the question whether one can raise decent global money in Germany, it has been answered in a very clear and impressive way last year. And that was probably the deepest change founders in the ecosystem saw in the past couple of years. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, you can raise money in a competitive process whilst not leaving the kitchen of the shared flat. And the strategy we have is we come to the office to meet people, not necessarily to work hard, because it's less productive. That's just how we feel it is, but it doesn't work without.
Thank you. So from our perspective, looking at our network from a global perspective, we also focus on topics like diversity issues and see that, of course, internationalization and digitalization can enhance each other, but can also be barriers. Speaking of, do you have the hardware you need? Do you have enough internet connection? Is your network strong enough to be part of this whole play?
And with all the like COVID crisis, logistic crisis, impact on supply chains, there is massive opportunity everywhere. There's also massive dangers everywhere of supplies not working. But from a, I think, founder point of view, there's so much change and so many new holes that can be found, that can be filled with digital business.
For the startups, on the other side, it means that, especially for fundraising, really focus on these personal relationships with VCs and the partners there, and take it from there, right? Because these recommendations probably now matter more than it used to be. And I think that's one good tip for the startups there. And I personally think because personal relationships are so important, and personal meetings as well, this will come back.
Easy. Someone just told me yesterday, it's so easy to meet the CEOs of all these big companies, but only once. And if you screw that up, you won't get a second chance. So it's so important when it comes also to communication and the way you pitch and convince people from your idea.